Andy broke the wedding ring she had worn for 7 years. She tore up their wedding photos. Then she set the villa on fire. Without looking back, she walked away from home. At that moment, the man was at the hospital taking care of the manipulative woman. When he returned home, he found the entire house had been burned to ashes. Everything that happened was the result of his own actions. It turned out that 1 month earlier, Andy had lost her sight in a car accident. She was home alone when she turned on the TV. By coincidence, she heard her husband giving an interview. The wife he mentioned in the interview was actually the manipulative woman, and she was even carrying his child. Andy wanted to confront him and ask for the truth, but in her panic, she slipped and hit her head hard. When she opened her eyes again, she realized she could see. Andy wanted to tell the man the good news, but she overheard him talking with someone else. She learned that the person responsible for the car accident years ago was the manipulative woman's brother. He had even installed a signal jammer in the villa. At that moment, Andy's heart completely shattered. She returned to her room. She took down the oil painting that represented their love. Then she set it on fire. She called a friend overseas and asked for help applying for a visa to leave the country. Just then, the manipulative woman walked into the house with her luggage. The man quickly lied, saying she was a nutritionist he had hired. They were already eager to live together, but they had no idea that Andy had regained her eyesight. To avoid exposing herself, she pretended she still knew nothing. That afternoon, the man asked a doctor to examine Andy's eyes. After the examination, he deliberately avoided discussing it in front of her. Andy followed him secretly, only to hear the truth. For the past 5 years, the medicine the man had asked the doctor to give Andy had only been vitamins. To be with the manipulative woman, he had wanted Andy to remain blind for the rest of her life. At that moment, Andy finally realized that her husband's heart had already left her. Not long after, the manipulative woman deliberately brought a vicious dog. She claimed it was a guide dog for Andy. Then she secretly let go of the leash. Terrified, Andy hid behind the man, but the man immediately ran to protect the manipulative woman. The dog bit Andy's leg. She cried out in unbearable pain and begged the man for help, but his eyes were always only on the other woman. It was not until the servant came over to help that they were finally taken to the hospital. The man arranged for both women to stay in the same hospital room. Thinking Andy could not see, they slept together right in front of her. At that moment, Andy completely gave up on her husband. Fortunately, her visa had already been approved, but on the day she was discharged, the man's enemies kidnapped them. To take revenge on him, the kidnappers forced him to choose one person to punish. Without hesitation, the man chose Andy. Andy was locked inside a freezing cold storage room. She was even thrown into an icy pool. By the time she was pulled out, she was already barely alive, but the man decisively picked up the manipulative woman and escaped. After receiving the money, the kidnappers released Andy. When she returned home, Andy set the entire villa on fire. Then she left without hesitation.